Hey everybody, Arthur here with another unboxing video. Today we have Legend Series, Marvel Avengers, Serpent Society, and this isn't really Serpent Society. It's actually King Cobra from the Serpent Society, which I don't know why they just didn't call it King Cobra. But this is from the MCU Thanos Build-A-Figure wave and the Infinity War wave, whatever you want to call this wave. And let's take a look at the packaging because it comes in that typical Marvel Legends style packaging. You got the cool King Cobra image on the side. Actually, it's not bad. Not bad artwork at all. And then on the back, you got the figure pose decent. And then we got all that information. Everybody from the wave is right here, which I saw Spidey, Capped, Songbird was the last three that I need. Saw them in the wild, all of them with defects. Chunk of plastic hanging from the face, very sloppy paint and sloppy paint on the skin. It was just awful. It was like, hey, we're gonna tease you with these figures, but we're not gonna actually make them nice enough for you to buy. Then you got the Build-A-Figure right there. But let's get King Cobra out of this package. King Cobra looking fresh out of the package, and he does come with a Build-A-Figure part, and he comes with the MCU Thanos arm with the Infinity Gauntlet on it. Then that's it. That's all the accessories he comes with, which is okay because the figure is pretty awesome. So let's get into. Let me just sort of pop this off. So he does have a cape. Let's look into the cape there for a second as I kicked his foot out. The cape has that really cool sculpted detail in it. And you can also see from it was set up in that same plastic style as the normal capes. And you can see that line just cutting straight through it. Right there, going straight across, just slicing through it. Not as noticeable because this thing already is ribbed. And that ribbedness goes all the way up, which is sort of, I don't know how they sculpted it because it's just so, it's not consistently the same size. It's just all over the place. Like you can really notice it right here. Then you got this other side, which looks really awesome. It's all metallic purple. We've got the sculpted in scales leading all the way up. Looking really nice. Leads up to these little clasps, which I wish they were painted a different color. They just slapped that metallic purple and went with it. Oh, and I forgot to mention there's a peg to peg this into his back. But the cape, pretty cool. So I'm just going to set that separately. Bring in the figure itself. Let's look at that head sculpt. And I love the head sculpt. I really do. I love the black around the eyes, the yellow, the plastic they used. It's green. It's this is like my favorite color. Love that bright neon green look to them. And the marbleization just really makes it look like armor. So it's like sometimes marbleization makes it look like doo-doo. But this actually looks very solid. I love that little grin he has going on. And it's just like the sculpted detail is just is pretty awesome. Even inside, I wish the paint would have been a little bit cleaner on the edges. But if you look at inside, you can see that it's painted yellow and it has the ribbedness going through, which you can really see. Let me get the light on my phone so you can get the inside. Wow, you got this nice bright light that makes it look horrible, but it's my way of showing, like, you can really see the inside. The light just wasn't hitting it right, but yeah, you can see the nasty paint job they did on it. But a pretty solid head design. And I love the headdress. It's got the little cobra on the tip, painted in a dark metallic green all the way around. And you can see his head rotates all the way around too, which works. Now let's check out this head articulation. Can it bend back? Yeah, he can look up. How far can he look down? Oh, he can look down quite a bit. The little bottom parts are pliable rubber. So that's awesome. Get his logo on his chest. I got a little bit of something on his chest there. So it takes away from the solid black, but not too much. We got that logo. It's done in like a matte black. And this purple is very like a matte metallic purple. Got some extra green on the back. Good old sloppy paint drips. But yeah, I dig the purple they chose. I love the reuse of the Green Goblin. I mean, I love the Green Goblin. I love the scale. I love the color. And then these gauntlets they tossed on. I love that. Yeah, they could have done with the wash or something, but I still love the sculpted in, scales in it. And they look awesome. Now his arms, he gets the same thing as Green Goblin, full rotation. He can only lift it up so high because the scales and stuff start hitting. So you get the bicep swivel, double jointed elbow. Wrist rotation. And there's some bends in there. A little like darker splotch. Then he's got his little belt. Sits down, waist rotation, and then his ab crunch. He can bend down that far. Doesn't make it look too bad on the back. And then as for leaning back, you can lean back a decent amount. But then it brings that big gap, and they didn't paint all the way up there. So that's sort of disappointing. Can't really do the splits as far as it goes out. Got these really tight thigh cuts. I mean, they're okay because it's sort of certain ways you can bend it. I mean, and then you got your double jointed knees. You actually have a boot cut, and then you got the ankle bend and pivot. Then you get this darker metallic green, which looks alright. Wish they would have sculpted the actual line into the boot, because you really can't. You don't really get that consistency. So, I mean, you can see like a little bit, looks like overspray on these when they could have just sculpted it and painted it or something. But overall, this figure was the second figure I wanted. I wanted Taskmaster, I wanted this figure, and then Proxima was my third out of it. And this figure does not disappoint. I mean, it's a really nice looking figure. I don't really know. I mean, yeah, it'd be cool if he had some accessories like a snake accessory or something that would but then if you did that, that'd be very, very reminiscent of Serpentor from G.I. Joe. But this figure is pretty freaking cool. This figure looks awesome, just like posed up with the cape and everything, and it's just it'll be cool. He's going to look awesome, like sitting, if you make a throne for him, it'll look awesome. He's going to look great with the rest of the Serpent Society. I mean, I got Eel, and Nathan Simmons has a Cottonmouth for me, so I'm just sort of build up that Serpent Society. And it's just cool to get these unique comic characters that, are better than doing your normal Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America. They're giving us comic fans some characters to put in with our collection that are unique, and we haven't got them before. And one thing I did notice when I was posing him is when you plug in the cape into his back, it does the same thing that Mysterio has the issue of. So once it's plugged in, this bottom part sticks out. So if you just leave it loose, it'll hang a little bit better, in my opinion. Like, these parts will stick down. So that's just my little tip there. And the cape actually helps balance too. It sort of can make it a challenge, but if you wanted to, you can just have him propped up and leaning against his cape because it's such a thicker plastic. So that is my unboxing and review of King Cobra from the Serpent Society. And this is from the MCU Thanos Build-A-Figure wave, Infinity War wave, a wave that you can name it whatever you want to call it wave. And if you guys like what you saw, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. And if you're just new to my channel, go back, check out some of those other videos and reviews, and subscribe if you like what I'm doing. And everybody, I want you to have the best luck hunting, keep on collecting, and have a beautiful day.